Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
The NFL drops the hammer on the Lions. 4 players suspended for gambling, and now 2 of them have been booted from the team. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for the news at 5. I'm Karen Drew, in for Devin Skillion.
And I'm Kimberly Gill. Quintez Cephas and C.J. Moore both have been suspended indefinitely and have been cut from the team. Former first-round draft pick Jameson Williams and Stanley Berryhill got 6 games. Jamie Edmonds is live at Ford Field tonight. Jamie, the NFL is not taking this lightly either.
Well, absolutely, Kimberly. They're taking it very seriously, actually, but it is all a bit murky because the league is partnered with gambling sites like DraftKings and FanDuel, and they make money from them. But the rules are the rules, and they are very clear, and all 4 Lions players would have been aware of them. Now, the biggest blow to the team is losing 2022 first-round pick Jameson Williams for 6 games. You remember he missed 11 games last year rehabbing from a torn ACL. He and Stanley Berryhill have a lesser punishment because they bet on college football games, which is allowed, but did it at a team facility, which is not allowed. Williams and Berryhill can participate in off-season program, in training camp. They can even play in preseason games. They can't play in the regular season until week 7. Definitely not the plan. Brad Holmes said yesterday that they wanted Williams in the lineup this year.
When we took Jameson Williams, obviously he was coming off his injury, but I didn't really care if he played last year. If he did, he did. I'm glad he did, but, I was looking for this year.
Now, you remember the Lions traded up to get him. They were very excited about him. So now what? Well, Williams is still involved in the Lions' long-term plans. They will wait out this suspension. But will Brad Holmes add a wide receiver to the room in the draft or in free agency? We'll have to just wait and see. As for Lions fans, just check social media. There was all this positivity surrounding the team. They're picked to win the NFC North. Now I don't want to say it, but the letters are SOL, and people are saying it on social media. Karen, Kimberly.
Yeah, we can put it together for sure. It's crushing. All right, Jamie, we'll check back in with you a little bit later in sports. Karen.
Our other top story tonight, the Michigan Court of Appeals decided unanimously to bar Warren Mayor Jim Fouts from running for a 5th term. Now, this overturns Macomb County judge's ruling allowing him to run for re-election after a ballot proposal imposed term limits. Rod Maloney spoke with the mayor this afternoon to get his reaction. How is he taking this, Rod?
Well, he was surprised, frankly, about this. He was certainly not happy about it. But let's face it, there are 2 factions here at Warren City Hall. There's the pro-Fouts faction and the anti-Fouts faction. And he's saying basically it may be, and I repeat, may be, that they have finally ousted him.
Well, obviously, I'm disappointed.
Staring down the possible last days in office, Warren Mayor Jim Fouts believes
The court should not be legislating election results.
his claim, the ballot proposal imposing term limits wasn't clearly worded and shouldn't have been put before voters, in that it wasn't specific.
And Supreme Court rulings have stated that if any ballot proposal is not clear, it has to go forward. It cannot be retroactive, and that was left out of it.
Warren City Council President Pat Green led the charge to put the term limits in place, and he reacted to the court's ruling.
My reaction was I applaud today's Court of Appeals decision because it upholds the will of the people and the plain language of our city charter. And hopefully now it's time for the city administration to stop playing political games.
Green's already announced he'll run for mayor as he's term limited on the council. Ron Papandrea is also a city council member and filed the original case looking for clarity whether Fouts could run again. He too is going to run for mayor if Fouts can't, and already has a job for Fouts.
I'm running to carry forward his policies, and if I'm elected, I will hire Mayor Fouts to be the deputy mayor. He'll be in the mayor's office, he'll still answer the phones, he'll still help people, and nothing will change in that regard.
I give them credit. If the Supreme Court sustains this, then they will establish the TKO, a technical knockout of Jim Fouts, and they will prevent me from running for mayor again, and they will prevent the people from having a choice.
And so here we are, and the question is, can he appeal? Will he appeal to the state Supreme Court? And the answer to that is, well, Fouts doesn't know because it's not up to him. It's up to the Election Commission. They were the ones that appealed this one. The question is, will they do that? And right now, we don't know that answer. Back to you.
Rod, every time we think this story's over, it's not over, right? Man, did the mayor say what he, right? So what is he going to do, let's say, if this does truly end his run as mayor?
Well, he says that he is essentially married to this job, so he wants to continue doing public service in the city of Warren. When we talked to him about what Mr. Papandreou said, he didn't really respond to the notion of him being deputy mayor, but he does say he still wants to serve the people of Warren because it's what he essentially lives for.
And the story continues. All right, thank you, Rod.
Well, the clock is ticking for the Supreme Court, which set a self-imposed deadline of today to weigh in on the future of the most commonly used abortion pill. Mifepristone has been on the market for 2 decades, but the High Court is now deciding how readily available that pill should be moving forward. Bree Jackson is in Washington tonight as the country waits for a decision.
The justices met for a private conference today to once again take up the issue of abortion. This time, the focus is on the abortion pill, Mifepristone. For now, it remains available by mail. The Supreme Court's decision determines whether women will have access to the commonly used abortion pill, Mifepristone.
I think this court has become a little less predictable than has been historically.
This comes after a Texas federal judge's ruling suspended the drug's FDA approval, raising concerns beyond the future of medication abortion.
This is a constitutional crisis because FDA is required to follow the rules of Congress, not the courts. No drug has ever been withdrawn from the market over the scientific objections of the Food and Drug Administration.
Justices stepping in on this issue less than 1 year after overturning Roe v. Wade. As more states restrict abortion access, the Biden administration is mounting a full court press to protect it.
We are prepared for whatever announcement comes out of the Supreme Court, and if need be, we are prepared also for a long legal battle.
As Democrats make their position clear, there's division within the Republican Party as the GOP struggles to craft a unified message.
Listen, we know that abortion will constantly be a political talking point. It is, by its very nature, a highly divisive issue, which was never settled.
Some moderate Republicans fear the party's stance on abortion could become a political liability heading into the 2024 presidential election, while Democrats hope it energizes their voters.
And since the High Court overturned Roe v. Wade last summer, the issue of abortion continues to be front and center in the courts and in politics. Outside the Supreme Court, Bree Jackson, Local 4.
Hey, thank you, Bree. And we're expecting the decision to come at any moment, and we will bring it to you just as soon as it comes down. All right, well, let's take a quick look outside. These are live pictures from our Southfield sky cam. We've seen rain kind of off and on for most of the day today, and it looks as if the rain isn't going away for at least part of the weekend.
Yeah, you have to pick which day you want to head outdoors. I guess that's the case, right, Kim?
Absolutely. There's definitely going to be a lot of dry time this weekend and also times where it is pouring down rain, and we'll break down which is which coming up. But right now, let's look at Exact Track 4D radar as the rain is pretty much exited off to the east, but there are still a few areas of very light showers as we look right along Jefferson Avenue through Grosse Pointe Woods and also the farms. There are a few light rain showers, but it's already dried out in East Point, Fraser, and Roseville. We go a little bit farther down to the south and in the city of Detroit, just getting some very light rain at this hour. That rain will continue tomorrow, so we get a break tonight, and then overnight and into the early morning tomorrow, more rain comes. But right now it's cold, though. It's also that damp, chilly feeling. It's 16 degrees colder than it was at the same time yesterday in many areas. So tomorrow at 8 a.m., 47 degrees. By noon, we're only in the low 50s. We expect lots of rain, especially through the first half of the day, and then tapering off as we go through the evening hours. I'll be back and I'll break a little bit more down into what you can expect, especially for Sunday coming up. But you can always get the hour-by-hour forecast by going to your favorite app store, typing in WDIV, and then download the Forewarn Weather app and plug in your city. And if you want to know if it's going to rain at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for your backyard, this app will tell you.
Kim.
Well, tonight, Detroit police are working to figure out how an unsecured gun went off, hitting an 11-year-old.
This happened early this morning over on Churchill Street. That's just off of Grand River near the Lodge on the city's west side. Megan Woods is following the story.
According to Mom, it was a room with 2 or 3 children in it and jumping on the bed, and supposedly the gun went off at that time.
It's unclear if the boy was shot or if he received another injury related to the gun going off. It's also unclear where the rifle was located in the room for it to go off. But what is clear?
This is something that was absolutely preventable, 100% preventable.
While in studio taping this weekend's edition of Flashpoint, Detroit Police Chief James White says incidents like this are happening more often.
Already this year we've had 19 kids that have either been shot or found their way to a illegal weapon or weapon that was unsecure in their home.
The emergency department at Children's Hospital of Michigan are treating those children.
It is really concerning because we want kids to be able to live their lives without the fear or even chance for them to be able to get shot.
For a lot of their patients' families, safe gun storage doesn't become a priority until it's too late.
Parents say, or the caregivers say, I didn't think it would happen. I didn't think it would happen to us. But unfortunately, sometimes there's only one chance.
The 11-year-old child has been released from the hospital. The 10th precinct where this child was hurt is having a child abuse prevention event, and that's going to go on next weekend, where they're going to pass out gun locks, and local police departments, including Detroit Police, have them, and they will give it to you for free. No questions asked. Make sure to join into Flashpoint on Sunday at 10 a.m. Christy McDonald is going one-on-one with Detroit Police Chief James White on this new plan to curb gun violence downtown and across the city. Well, we are off and running on a very busy Friday.
Here's Hank Winchester.
It's all over the city, people illegally dumping. Take a look at this big mess on the west side. Tonight, Help Me Hank coming to the rescue, working with the city to clean this up. And also, I'll show you what you can do to get rid of the trash in your area.
All right, appreciate it, Hank. And they barely had time to grab their belongings and get out. The dozens of people living in this building are suddenly scrambling to find a home.
The eyes in the sky caught the whole thing in real time.
9-8, the third suspect is in custody.
What set off a wild chase? And just wait until you hear where officers track the suspects down.